very, very good FA Cup final. And Hatchin! What a magnificent goal!
Good evening and welcome to All Things Sky Blue match preview. Coventry against QPR at CBS Arena. First 3 o'clock kickoff of the season as well. So before we get into it, just a reminder of where you can find us. It is available on the ticker at the bottom as well. But we are available on X or Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And I think I mentioned TikTok. We're also available on podcasts as well. So Spotify, Amazon, or wherever else you get your podcasts from. If you watch us on YouTube, please go and like and subscribe. And if you listen to us on podcast, please go and rate us 5 stars. We're partnered with the Sky Blue Tavern where I am tonight in the manager's office. Also Dylan's Brewery, which is close to the CBS Arena. We are teamed up with, as well, the Sports Social Network. And I think that's about it. I think I have missed something out. It feels like I've missed something out, but I don't think I have. So without further ado, let me bring my guest in. First of all, my co-presenter, Mark Smith. Good evening, Mark. You okay?
Good evening, yes. It's the Football League newspaper as well. We're also want to plug as well.
Oh yeah, of course we are as well. Yeah, that's no. I'm letting you plug that one because I forget the best of times as it is what I've got to remember. So straight into it then, Mark. Our last game against Derby away at Pride Park, a thrilling 5-3 victory. 8 different goal scorers altogether, 5 for Coventry. I believe you went to the game. Did you go to the game? No. Oh, I thought you did. My apologies.
No, I didn't go to the game. I watched on TV. I watched on TV.
Oh, okay.
No, because of the house move. I was off the ticket, but because of the house move, I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it. But that's why. Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. How did you feel the game went? Are you happy with? Obviously, you're happy with the result. Were you happy with the performance?
Yes and no. I thought going forward we were fantastic. We were clinical up front. Particularly second half, we looked like we could score every attack, and going forward was really good. Defensively, probably could be improved on, to be honest. The first goal, kind of question marks about, was it a foul? Did Ephraim Mason-Clark foul their player? You could say that the first goal was Rushworth maybe in a bad position. Was he fooled because he maybe thought he was going to cross it into the box and not go for a shot? Nailed have scored. Their second goal, Robbie Thomas has made a mistake. He should have handled it. He admitted it on social media. The third goal was a catastrophic piece of defending, a weak header from Thomas straight to Ebu Adams, who despite the fact the two men managed to score, so that was disappointing. But as I say, that was defensively it could be better. But going forward, no, I thought going forward we were really, really good. And in the end, we got the job done. We won the game. It was an entertaining game, great for the neutral. But as a spectator, I felt like I aged about 5 or 10 years watching that. It wasn't great, but it was great to win. And it's nice to get that first away win. It's nice to get that first away win of the season as well, because in recent seasons it's taken quite a few games to get that first win away. So that's nice. So it's important. On Saturday we backed that result up against QPR, who obviously lost 2-1 to Watford. So we've got to, it's another game. We've got to turn up and hopefully we will.
Yeah, QPR are seen as the dark horses, aren't they, this year, with some of the signings that they've made. Now, going back to Bobby Thomas's goal just quickly, I don't think he was helped really by other defenders around him. So yes, I know it was a weak header and he should have done better. But I think players around him should have helped out a little bit more as well. They kind of just stood and watched it fall to Abury Adams. Nobody made a challenge. So I think, I get your point. It was a weak header, but he certainly wasn't helped out by some of his colleagues there as well. So it's not all on Thomas, is what I'm trying to say, really.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think you're right. I think someone should have come out and pressed. They decided to, despite the fact that Eber Adams is literally on the penalty spot, we decided to, for some reason, instead of just coming out and try and put a block in, we just stayed deep, thinking that we'd get a block from there. And that was, I mean, you're right to point it out. It was atrocious defending. It didn't help the header, but then again, he could have had a bit more support from his defenders, and that was disappointing. But I don't want to dwell too much on negatives.
No, because we won, didn't we? So we can't.
Forward, we won the game, but we do. But in reality, if you're playing. If that was an Ipswich, if that's a Southampton, if that's, dare I say, a Leicester City, we may have lost. We probably would have lost that game.
Yeah.
Although it's good to win, I mean that's the most important thing. We, as a side going forward, we've got to learn from the things that didn't go right, and we've got to put it right going forward.
Yeah, I think we will. I think the mistakes that they made, I think they're very rectifiable. Let's say. I think they can be rectified quite easily and quite quickly as well. So with that, obviously we are playing QPR. So let me bring our guest in, QPR fan, Paul Finney. Good evening, Paul. You okay?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, not too bad.
Right,
thank you, Paul. So a few changes for you, Paul, really, in terms of management. Obviously, you've got Julian Stefani, from Martin Fuentes, who's gone to Leicester. First of all, let's talk about the managers. What's the difference from what Martin Fuentes did to what Stefan's doing at the moment?
Probably listen to our CEO and the way we picked our cup team at Plymouth the other week. It's the head coach role we have now, and it seems to be that there's a group of the CEO has input and other people have input allegedly into the progression of the first team and everything around it. So I guess what he's doing differently is they've got a different way of signing players, a different way of working with players, and maybe it seems to be that Marty fell out with Christian Yuri, our CEO, some point last season, and they didn't recover from it, and they're still, and then there was a fallout, and then he was put on garden leave, left, and Julian Stefan was brought in at the start of the season, and we're still trying to find our feet with the new players and everything else. So it's typical Rangers, it'd be nice to start and end with the same manager for a couple of seasons and build stability, but we seem to flatten the face that somewhat, and just seem to be going down this new head coach role, and they work in a kind of a committee, I guess. I don't really understand it. Listen, I'm old. I remember when football used to be money pitches and everything else. All these new things are beyond me. But now I can see what they're trying to do. They have a plan. They're trying to put it into place. Whether the manager, head coaches get the time they need to develop it the way they want to, who knows? It's modern football, guys. You know as well as I do. It's just the way it is. But the difference so far from what I can see is that the new manager wants them to be more of attacking from the back and so forth. But we just don't seem to be able to get the players on the pitch to do that at the moment. So that's the plan, I believe.
Okay, fair enough. Because obviously, your first game you drew 1-1 against Preston. You lost 3-2 in the cup. And then you lost 2-1 to Watford the weekend just gone. Are you playing with obviously I know you mentioned about, being a bit more attacking from the back and things like that. Has he changed anything else in terms of tactically that Marty Fuentes did differently?
Well, I mean, we've got new players in with a lot more pace and power. Coney looks a frightening prospect. He won Player of the Year last year for the league below for Wickham. We signed him last season in the PFA award or EFL awards. Did really well. He looks a good signing. Nowhere near fit. He's going to take time. We've got Dembele back to full fitness. He's a player. So definitely going for a lot more pace, a lot more punch up front, and that definitely pushing the wing backs forward. But the trouble is, as I say, we've just been absolutely hampered with a very bizarre slow build of fitness, and no one seems to be fit. And we've got you'll be surprised to know that Clark Salter's injured again for a few more months. Um, we're trying to work out how many games he's actually played since he joined us, but we'll just give up because it's just too little. But yeah, his injury list is killing us. But it's strange to see players pulling up in the second and third games of the season with hamstrings and cramp. Very odd. I don't know what's going on there, but certainly with the pitch at Watford and Saturday, we did seem to be really struggling with our fitness.
Okay, fair enough.
We're like Brazil.
Fantastic, excellent. Obviously, you mentioned a few of your signings there. You mentioned Kone, Dembele as well. You also signed Poku and Burrell.
Yes.
How have they got on this year? Are you excited to see them?
I want to see them getting a go. I want to see them released. I think Burrell, I love them kind of stories. Like, I mean, Coney's story, the backstory of the homeless World Cup, coming to Wickham, coming to QPR, Burrell, Burton Albion, all these subplots. It's what like a wee bit like Jimmy Mackey when we got him from Plymouth, and he's just full of energy, full of enthusiasm, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, we're not blessed with a lot of money, so we're trying to put down this young, bring players in, sell them on mode, so we can get a system kind of going. But yeah, the new players, Puku, he excites me, but he got injured after the first game, so I don't know when hopefully he won't be too.
Oh, okay.
But like apparently he joined us ahead of a host of other clubs. So listen. All you can do with it's really hard to judge players because I say no one's really fit at the moment. And I mean, the side we put out against Plymouth, half the team couldn't, or the subs couldn't wear the shirts because they weren't old enough to gamble, which was quite funny. So we kind of threw ourselves out of the cup, and which is disappointing because it's the only cup we've won. I mean, without being patronising, clubs like you and I. Ours, we know our history of winning things probably means more to us than it does to people who are currently running the club sometimes because it meant so much for the club and it was the only club we won really, and I would like us to pay it a lot more respect than what we're paying it, and because I think in the League Cup the clubs like us can give it a right go and go as far, hopefully go quite to the quarters or whatever if you get a good run going, and it boosts morale and boosts everything. But the reason being is we want to just play the youngsters and just concentrate the league position, and then we went and got dumped by 2-1 by Watford. So hey ho.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Mark, any questions for Paul at the minute?
Is Stefan under pressure? What's a good season, I guess, for QPR? I mean, is he under pressure to get playoffs, maybe, or is it just a sort of a mid-table season acceptable for QPR and the supporters?
I didn't come on here for sensible questions. This is ridiculous. Do you know what? I don't know anymore. And what is it successful for any championship club? We all seem to beat each other. I mean, look at Bristol City, win 5, draw 0-0 with Charlton. It's a crazy league, as everyone always says. Successful season will be seeing improvements on the pitch, seeing the lads play with a lot more freedom. I kind of notice, even in other clubs, people are enjoying playing football. I want to see people enjoy playing football again, enjoy taking players on. We did this thing on Saturday where we're kicking the ball out from kickoff to do some kind of high press nonsense. Doing my head in, ridiculous. So a successful season would be stop messing around with between 18th and the bottom half of the table, get a decent FA Cup run, just give the fans something to cheer about. It doesn't matter how many we win or lose, just improve the on the pitch, everyone on the pitch, and just go for it a bit more. Enjoy. Be nice to see the players enjoying themselves a bit more. And just is he under pressure? I think every coach is under pressure in Championship. I mean, in the last 3 years, as you guys know, I'm not going to tell you, it's ridiculous. I mean, Marty Safedis was one of the longest serving managers. He didn't do 2 seasons at QPR. I just can't get my head around it. It's how you're going to build. castles when all you're using is sand. It makes no sense. But
Yeah.
hopefully he'll get time. Hopefully he'll progress. We need something to work. We need a plan to work, and we need to go forward because I think we've had too many seasons at the wrong end of the table, and it's started to take its toll on the fan base. In answer to your question, Mark, hopefully that answered it in a roundabout way.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah,
No.
knock
definitely.
Chelsea out of the FA Cup would be lovely.
Okay, lovely, fantastic. Just before we go any further, can you just again introduce yourself because we didn't do it at the start, and just let us know what you got, what you do, and where we can find you.
No bother. Well, we work for I'm part of the QPR podcast, Open All Hours, and we're on the same sports network you're on, and we're on Twitter, X, whatever they call it these days, and all kinds of social media. And you can follow us there. And we did our episode last night, which was a nice debate. It was actually quite balanced. So positivity, negativity, and pure fear. But looking forward to going to Dylan's. I'm glad they sponsor you because I love Dylan's. I'm a massive Scar fan, so I look forward to Coventry every year just to go to Dylan's Brewery and have a wee pint there. And the Coventry fans are always a good crack to have a chat with as well.
Fantastic. Well, I'll be there before the game as well, so it'll be good to catch up in person and see you. So fantastic. Moving on then. Obviously, you have got some. You've mentioned some injuries there. Another one that you mentioned, Clark Salter. You got Jimmy Dunn. Is Jimmy Dunn likely to be out for this game as well?
There's rumours that he's coming back. It's very hush hush, you know. We treat him like Corfu. So hopefully he will be back because he's a captain. He leaves everything on the pitch, and he's our leader basically at the moment. So it'd be good to get him back. Hopefully so. But it's just mad that we're 3 games into the season and our injury list is almost like Colonel Custer. It's just I don't get it. It's crazy. I understand Clark Salter because he's never fit. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But everything else is just weird. But yeah, hopefully he'll be back Saturday. If not, we'll just have to do more square pegs and round holes, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. Any questions for us, Paul? Any threats that you see from us?
Can you shoot straight? Looking forward to Saturday, I'd say so.
Well, I think that's. I'm not going to say. Hopefully, that's not a one-off, but
yeah, I was going to say that since the start, he doesn't really score straight, is he really? But I'm just attacking.
It's a strange one. I mean, how are you guys settling in under the new regime and the because you've had your flipping testing times like us in the last few years, and it's nice to go back to Coventry and see everyone buzzing again. It's really nice because you've struggled, lads, and we felt your pain. Even though we enjoy beating you and enjoy the crack, never like to see a club suffer, and you've suffered way too much. So I'm looking forward to going Saturday, and be interested to see what you think of the QPR fans because we always turn up in quite good numbers at your place.
Yeah. I remember a couple of seasons ago. I think that you were really, really good and you were really loud. So, but to answer your question, yeah, I think we're settling down quite well. Sometimes I think we are guilty of wanting too much too soon, and I think sometimes Lampard came in and he said he was going to play this expansive and attacking football, and we're yet to see it. I think sometimes it's a bit more too passive than we are going forward, but hopefully we can, like you mentioned there, we scored 5 goals against Derby. When we attack and we attack well, then yes, we are really good and we're hard to stop. But sometimes we just slow it down that little bit too much and we invite that pressure on, and sometimes we can get caught out by that as well. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I think we're a sort of team at home. Teams like to be quite defensive and try and hit us on a counter. That's generally the game. The games I go to a lot is that kind of style. I think the Derby game was a little bit different, maybe because we scored first and Derby had to come out a bit more. But then again, they did lead 3-2 at one point, and we managed to get 3 more goals. So I think if teams come out to like the whole first game, just were happy with a point, and they came to defend, and they were happy about it, and we just didn't have a clue how to break it down. So I think if QPR organised and defend well, they could get a point. I mean, you look at the game last season. I think it was 1-0 to us, and it was added on time goal. So
Painful.
I don't. Yeah, and at the time that was a really important goal for our season. I think us and QPR were similar positions at the time, and had to say QPR, even if QPR nicked a win, they could be the ones in up the playoffs because QPR had a good run, I think, before that game. So I think if we get a first goal, I think we'll go on and win. I don't know, 3-1, let's say. But if as long as it's 0-0, I can see it going the other way, where it could be 0-0 for a while, and it could just be a 1-0 either way.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't, just so you know, we don't like your manager. It's a Chelsea thing. It's nothing personal to Coventry.
Okay. No, that's to be fair, mate. A lot of teams that have come to the CBS, they don't like Frank Lampard. Obviously, we love him now, but a lot of the opposing fans, Leeds didn't like him. I think, obviously, Derby, their place as well. So, you're not the only ones that aren't a massive fan of Lampard, but I think that puts a nice edge on it a little bit, and makes it a bit more of a better atmosphere. I feel that when the opposing fans start giving Lampard some, and if we win, when we scored against Leeds, Lampard was raising his hands towards the Leeds fans and stuff, and I think that's what football's all about. A nice rivalry is always nice. When it goes over the top, obviously, isn't the best. But a nice rivalry is always, I think, healthy for the game a little bit, really. Just to give a little bit back and forth. So that's nice.
Exactly, that should be. And we also hit it David Speedy as well, but that's another story. Carry on.
Again, another Coventry legend. So
legend in my eyes.
So Mark, prediction. What are you going for your prediction? Are you going to stick with on the fence, or are you going to go with your 3-1?
Well, I did sort of allude to that. I would say I'm going to say we're going to win 1-0, but the player I'm actually worried about is Elias Chair. I rate Elias Chair. I think he's a really good player. I think when he came to us last season, he was probably your brightest player, Paul. I thought he was good going forward. He brings other players into play. So, but from going to answer your question, Stuart, I'm going to say we win 1-0.
Okay, fair enough. Paul, what's your prediction?
I will bet your hand off for a 0-0 or a 1-1, and I would do somersaults for the 1-0 for Rangers. My fear is, I think it was Mark said, if you score early, you'll probably go on to get a few. Keep it as long and tight as possible, and have a wee bit of a Bobby Zamora, soak up all the pressure, and then in the last minute, one shot, one goal, and glory. That's all I'm looking forward to. We just need to get a win. We need to get some happiness back in the hoops.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I thought QPR fans, because you're a lot of people's dark horses with the players that you've bought, and I was just expecting a little bit more optimism from you, really, Paul. So
I'm Northern Irish. We don't get optimistic about anything. Dear Lord. No, I mean, to be honest with you, if people are fit and once we can see the new players fit in and we get the system going and we get everyone in place, we've got a great side. But at the moment, it's square pegs and round holes, and it's just a wee bit tricky for us. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually, and we will be a force to be reckoned with because the fans deserve that. Sorry to cut across you. Sorry.
No, that's fine, mate. That's fine, not a problem. Well, I'm hoping that our defence is a little bit better, and I'm going to go for a clean sheet, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. So I think, look, the worst I'll ever do is back us for a draw. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I think we've got enough to hopefully do. And like I said, I was expecting a bit more optimism. Because you're not that optimistic, I am definitely going to go for a win. So, any other questions, Mark, for Paul?
No, nothing more for me.
Fantastic.
This is actually my poker face, Stuart.
Oh, okay, nice. That's what I like to see. So, quick fire questions then. Just a few quick fire questions. One-worded answers if you can. Don't worry if it goes into a bit more of a sentence. That's fine. So the first one is one player to look out for this season for you guys.
Kone.
Okay. Where will you finish?
I'm hoping 10th.
Okay. Where will Cov finish?
I think it'll be top 6.
Okay. Top 6. And one player from Coventry you would take?
My mind's gone blank. Is it Sims, a striker? Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, you can have it. You can have it.
I knew Mark was going to say that.
It's a weird one, but he always seems to play well when I see him. And yeah, every time I talk to people who clubs he played for, they go, "Oh, no, just don't." I think, yeah, there you go then. Well, yeah, maybe I won't take him then. I'll come back to you in that one. I would have obviously took Hemed off you and people like that there, but they've already gone.
Yeah, they have. Okay, most people, to be fair, are going for Jack Radoni because he gets goals and assists, but
I would only ruin him.
But that's fun. That's fine, not a problem. Right, thank you very much for joining us, Paul. It's been a pleasure. Much appreciated. Just let us know where we can find you again if we want to catch what you guys do.
The podcast is open on ours, and we're all on social medias and Twitter, X, whatever they call it, and Blue Sky, all that malarkey. And very positive, happy people we are normally, apart from the Northern Irish one who's miserable.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Mark, pleasure joining me once again. Paul, thank you very much. Just remember where you can find us, guys. We are available on X or Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Please go and like and subscribe if you watch us. Please go and rate us if you listen to us. We're sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications. That's the one that I missed earlier on. We're partnered with the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery, and we're also teamed up with the Sports Social Network. And who else, Mark? Sorry?
The Football League paper.
The Football League paper. So once again, thank you very much and play up Sky Blues.